Good morning. This is KHEA Radio. It is just about 9 o'clock on a Wednesday. I'm excited. I have the cast of Shrimp Diva in studio, and we're going to be learning about everything that they have going on. There was a sneak peek the other day, and it was at a location in Galveston. Where was it at?
Katie's Seafood House in Galveston, Texas.
All right. So
Awesome.
we're going to be learning about that. I'm going to kick this on the FM. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Right now, it is just about 9 o'clock on a Wednesday. I have some guests in studio, and I'm going to let them go around and introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nikki Johnson-Kunz, also known as Shrimp Diva.
And then you have a gentleman sitting next to you. What's your name?
Jerome Kunz, I'm Pops,
Pops.
the captain of the boat.
Does anybody ever call you Captain Pops?
Once in a while.
That works as well.
Yeah.
And so then we have another guest. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Kelsey Harlan, and I am the owner of Cinelist.com.
Cinelist.com. And that's where Shrimp Diva is going to be exclusively available, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so Shrimp Diva, what's the idea behind it? Who is the Shrimp Diva?
Well, I am just a normal, everyday girl that absolutely has a passion for family, and I absolutely love my father-in-law, who's sitting next to me, Captain Jerome Kunz, who is going to be 88 in a week. But I'm just someone that enjoys helping him and loving his life and the rest of his life. And I'm shrimping and doing my nails and my hair. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
I thought you were going to say, I'm just an everyday, normal Shrimp Diva.
Oh.
That's what I thought was going to come out. I was like,
And I still don't even know what that is, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to understand all that.
okay, so Captain Pops, what does a normal day look like for you?
Well, I wake up between 3 and 3:30 every morning. I make 4 cups of coffee, drink that, sit around till, I don't leave the house till about 5, maybe 10 after. And I live in Hitchcock, and I got to drive to Galveston. So it takes me about 18 to 20 minutes, depends on. And I love the work. I'm a crazy old man, Most people my age is sitting back watching TV, but I really don't watch it too much. It puts me to sleep. So
Yes. How young are you?
Huh?
How young are you?
I'll be 88 in about 2 days.
And what kind of work do y'all do? What do y'all got going on?
Well, we shrimp. I got a shrimp boat, and my daughter-in-law decided she wanted to go with me, and I tried her out, and she worked out real well. She's the best deckhand I ever had. She's quick and beautiful.
I bring snacks. I bring snacks.
And we get along great.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So most everything I know about shrimping, I learned from the movie Forrest Gump.
That's
yeah.
it.
Is it pretty accurate?
It is accurate.
Some of it is.
Yes.
The money's not, but
Diving
everything else
overboard when the boat is running is not natural.
Yeah.
That's kind of true. No, so we throw the net out in the morning around 20 minutes before sunrise. We do 1-hour drags. We'll sometimes do 3 or 4 of those, and it's just a hard day. It's physically draining on your body, and that's why I'm out there helping him. But now I need somebody to help me help him.
Yes.
Help me. Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Okay, so there's a show, and it's coming out, and it's called Shrimp Diva.
Correct.
So what is the idea? Is it just following you guys, kind of hearing the stories?
Yeah.
It is. They've Cinelist has decided, they do some ride-alongs with us on the boat. They follow us, when we're delivering shrimp, or they wake up with us. They kind of just watch our life and the love of family, and it's just, I don't know, it's so valuable and heartwarming. It's just a heartwarming story. Just to see this man, 88 years old, every single day of his life, just sweating. And, he can barely stand up straight. His back hurts. He can't feel his right hand. And he's out there just doing what he loves to do. And that he will do it until the day he dies. So it's a really heartwarming story. I love you. I love you. Captain
Love
Pops.
you too, girl.
I know you do.
Pops, how long have you been shrimping?
78 years and 2 days.
7 years. Okay, so you started when you're 10 years old.
Right.
I'm trying to think what I was doing when I was 10. I was, I think, like going to the 6th grade. Or
Right.
something like
Well,
that, right?
Learning how to
Yeah.
ride a bike or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What happened was my dad worked for the Texas Gulf Sulphur Company on the wharf. I mean, that's where he worked until I was 10 years old. He bought a little boat out of the yacht basin. And it wasn't a shrimp boat. It was a little old, it was a German picket boat, actually. And he bought it, and he cut part of the cab off and put a deck on it and made a mast out of wood and put it on there. And he got started fishing. So he ended up quitting off the docks, and that's what he did. And that's when that's when I really started. But I went to school for a little bit, then I quit. I've been fishing ever since.
Yep.
And we had a great time, but we had to pick the rig up by hand. We use cables and winches now. Now, in them days, we had rope, and picked all the rig up by hand, put the doors, well, you don't know what doors are, but they spread the net. They go to the bottom, and they set with chains, so they go to the bottom, and they spread the net, and the shrimp is fished right on the bottom.
How much shrimp, fish would you say that you've caught? I don't know if you measure that in pounds or by delivery fulls. I don't know. Over the 78 years you've been doing this.
I have no idea.
I don't know how many zeros is in that number.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
When we first started, he was in the bait business. He started a fella by the name of Cleo on 61st had a bait camp, and his boat was broke down. Yeah, my dad had this little boat tied up there, and he said, if you catch bait for me, I'll sell it, and we split the money. So that's how he got started. But shrimp wasn't worth nothing. Dead shrimp was 25 cents a pound. Live shrimp was $1 a hundred, and he got started that way. But $1 was a lot of money them days. I remember when I found a nickel. Oh, man, I'd like dying and going to heaven. I'd run straight to the store and buy me a piece of candy.
That's what I was going to ask. What would you get? Some candy.
Yeah, honest to God, man, a nickel looks so good to me. Nowadays, it's worthless, but, I've been through hell and back.
I can buy
I
a
was
Tic
born
Tac with a
doing-
nickel.
During the Depression.
Yes. Okay, Kelsey, so Cinelist.com, that's going to be the exclusive place where you can watch Shrmip Diva, right?
Correct.
And so how did you meet Pops? How did you meet Nikki and decide, like, we need to document this?
Well, I actually grew up on the same street that Nikki lives across the street from us, and it was a couple of years ago. She was like, oh, yeah, I'm working for my father-in-law now. We were sitting in the cul-de-sac. It was like a Halloween. And it was like, oh, that's so interesting. And I had just graduated from film school. I'm like, that would make a good reality show. And she looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, you're funny, and that was it. And then I think it was about a year later, I had just left the reality show that I was working on. And I brought it up to her again. She was like, okay, I'll listen to you, but the answer's still going to be no. Mm-hmm. And now here we are a year later, and we're working on the show.
Working on the show. So at Katie's Seafood House, there was a premiere. Was that episode 1 or was it a sneak peek?
That was like the extended trailer, basically, to kind of give people an idea of what the show is going to be like.
What was the feedback that y'all got?
Excellent. All like 5s out of 5s across the board. Almost every feedback was, it's not long enough. And it's like, well, it's a sneak peek. It leaves you wanting more.
Yes.
You know, it's 100% authentic.
What are some of maybe the ideas and thoughts that you had going into it that didn't quite line up once you actually were out there hearing the story, seeing the work and the deliveries and stuff? Was there anything that kind of caught you off guard?
There's a lot more to it than I expected. Like, it's every day they're like dragging these huge nets. There's more like shrimp and fish and just tossing out these fish out and making sure that they go back in the water. Eels, stingrays. There's so many creatures that are on the boat, and Nikki's sitting there describing like what this is and what that is. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, Nikki.
Yes, sir.
What about you? Because you kind of got into this business. I mean, it was you were thrown into it, and you wanted to help and and
Yes.
look after Pops, right?
Yes.
Is there anything that caught you off guard?
Yes, everything caught me off guard. Let me just tell you real quick. For the first year, I had no idea what I was doing. I had a stingray barb to the knee, 5 days in the hospital. That was my most recent injury, scar this big. Third-degree burns on both hands straight to my elbows from creosote, from picking up some wood in the net. Everything out there is different every single day, and there's new challenges, and there's issues that he has to watch out for. I mean, you can go over the side, and people don't think you can go over the side of the boat or get stung, and but it happens. And they're great stories, great memories,
And scars,
things
right?
what not to do. Yeah.
Yes,
I have stories forever.
So Kelsey mentioned whenever y'all have the nets, y'all drag them in. If there's fish, y'all like, we don't want the fish, right? What else do y'all catch? I mean, y'all just throw all that back and keep the shrimp only?
Yeah, that's called bycatch. And so a lot of people have this visual that we pick up a net and it's just filled with shrimp. That's it. Nothing else, because we're shrimpers. That's what we catch. But no. Some days, you'll get 10 pounds of shrimp. Some days you'll get 800 pounds. And there's a limit per season, 200, 800, 1,000, unlimited. But, we catch crabs and eels and stingrays and everything. But my goal is to save everything. And he just says, stop messing with it, baby doll. You're going to get hurt. And then I don't listen and I get hurt. But I still try to save everything,
Yes. Okay.
Everything.
All right. So, Pops, whenever you had Nikki come and help you, how long did it take her to kind of get accustomed to
Don't ask that question. Do not ask that question. I think last week, 2 years.
My son would go with me on the weekends, and she started coming with him. And she's got to be pretty professional at it, because she had, a lot of experience before I hired her as a deckhand. And she did real well. Now she's pretty well documented. She knows just exactly what to do, what not to do, and
I still do that sometimes.
yeah.
Yes. So right now it is 9:10. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on social media, feel free to share this out. Let me know if you have any questions. We have Shrmip Diva. We got the cast. And we also have the owner of Cinelist.com here in studio talking about Shrmip Diva, which at Katie Seafood House, that y'all kind of had that extended trailer, right?
Right.
Yes, we did.
What's the food like there? I haven't had the opportunity to go
Very
yet.
good. Very good.
Oh, Lord, when we pull into the boat dock at noon, we smell it a mile away. And I just want to put a zip line from their patio down to our boat. I've already talked to the manager about somehow making that happen, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
My boat's tied up just right across the slip from it, which is about maybe 100 feet.
I just want someone to throw me a fried shrimp one day. Toss it out there, girl.
Yeah. So whenever y'all take off there, like how far out do y'all end up going out?
Right now, I just work right there in that harbor. I don't go anywhere anymore.
Take the boat 15 minutes out and
Yeah.
drop the net.
Yeah.
Win or lose, right there in the channel. I used to go all over. I'd go up to the mouth of the Trinity River and stay 3 days, 4 days, come back, unload, go back up, and take ice, do all that, go down south, Freeport and all that. Just now, I'm just piddling around, really. I don't have to be out there, but I still enjoy it. It's like a gamble to me. You never know what you're going to catch. Even after all them years, you still it still intrigues me, when
Yes.
you put the net out. So what are we going to catch? You think
That's
you
it.
know something, but you really don't. The shrimp have a mind of their own, I'm telling you.
Hey, here's a comment that I want to read. This is from Shane. He said, Captain Shane with Outcast Charter says hi and thank you.
Oh, hey,
Oh, yeah.
Outcast. Very, very popular and awesome fishing guide service. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had Captain Sharky in studio multiple times before and saw the Monster Catch.
Really?
With Justin Bowers.
Oh, yeah.
See, I would love to meet those guys, and I hear them on Captain Mickey, his radio show on the weekends, I guess. And I always want to call in, and my husband's like, please don't. Just
Call in.
Just keep it for the professionals. I'm like, I am a professional. Have you
Exactly.
met me?
Yeah.
Have you met me?
It's, you know, like,
Anyway.
I'm just your everyday normal shrimp
Yeah.
diva. You're like, what do you
my
mean?
lash extensions, my nails, my tan. Oh, well, I know.
Well, you could probably start something. You never know. I mean, like a trend, like a trend on the boat.
A shrimping trend?
A shrimping trend.
I'm going to work on that.
You never
We'll see.
know.
Yeah.
Just like you
Well-
never know what you're going to catch. You never know what trend you're going to start.
That's right.
Just like a gambler, you know, you roll the dice.
I'm a gambler. Gamble with my life every day on that boat.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, isn't it?
know.
Yeah,
It
because the
is.
water. I mean, you're out there. You're at its. You got to respect the water. That's what I've heard when I've gone out with people before. You got to respect the water.
Well,
yeah.
let me tell you, when I held the stingray and I was releasing it, Pops said, "Don't mess with that. It's kind of big. Just let it go." And of course, I didn't. So that's when the barb went into my leg, and can I say blood? I mean, it's blood. So blood shot out everywhere. And Pops looked at me and said, "Oh, baby doll, it's just gonna hurt for a second." And no, that's when I got out of the hospital 5 days later. Yeah.
Oh my
She said,
goodness.
"Well, you did react a little differently than what I had hoped for." But anyway.
Pops, you've been doing this for 78 years. I'm sure you've had your fair share of injuries and mishaps. Could you share some of those, or have you?
Well, I'm really pretty fortunate. I've had very little injury except one.
Oh
lost the
Lord, he
end of
chopped off
finger, right?
he chopped off the tip of his finger.
He got caught between the shrimp doors and it pinched the end of it off. And
Wait.
anyway,
Wait, did he stop working? No. His son,
No.
he told his son to throw the tip of his finger in a cooler because he had to continue working.
So were y'all out? Y'all were out in the
yeah,
water?
we was
Mm-hmm.
dragging. We were,
So did you show up at the hospital and like with the finger on ice, and they're like,
He-
nothing we can do?
He
I
had to
went
go
over there.
home. He had to go home and change
I went
his
to
clothes.
the hospital and I wasn't gonna go. I said I gotta go home, take a shower first.
Smell like
Of
shrimp.
course.
He said,
Of course
"You
you
ain't,
do.
you gonna bleed to death." I said, "I ain't gonna bleed to death, man. I'm all right." So, anyway, a little Italian fella was at the dock when we got in. He said, "Get in my truck. I'm taking you to the hospital, man. You need to go." The bone was sticking out the end. That little old white bone was sticking out the end of my finger.
So when you're on the boat, did you just like kind of wrap it up, put a towel or just kind of
Yeah,
anything
just
on it?
put a rag around it.
Little duct tape,
Yeah. Anyway.
monster,
Wrap a shrimp around it?
Gorilla Glue.
Something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Anyway, I got to the hospital. He said, "You got the piece of your finger?" I said, "Yeah, it's on the boat in the cooler, in the ice chest." They said, "You want to go get it? We'll sew it back on." He said, "It might take and it might not, but you'll have to stay overnight in the hospital." I said, "Just cut the bone off and let me go."
Oh.
So they
Days a week. Let me just tell you, 2 weeks ago, I fell down 12 stairs, sprained my neck, my back. I called him the morning that I was supposed to meet him, and I said, "I can't do this. I just fell down the stairs. I'm going to go to the emergency room." "So you're going to be late?" Okay. And I said, "You know what? Okay, I'll be there shortly." I physically could not move. And I called him back and I said, "Look, I really, really can't make it." And he said, "Okay, I guess you're kind of hurting." Yes, I kind of. Yeah. So
Wow.
anyway, yes, he goes out every day with or without me, which is why
I worked
I go.
myself years and years and years. So if somebody went with me, they just got in my way, because I know what I could do. I did it night and day.
You've been doing this for almost 80 years. You're 88 years old. For you, I guess, what is the goal? Or is there a point where you're like, hey, I'm at peace, I'm happy, I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire on the water?
Yeah, I'm going to die on the water. I'm not going to retire. I thought I would about 2 years ago. I told my boy, I said, Nikki's husband, Jason, my son, I told him, I'm going to let you have the boat. I'm going to give it up. But one next day, I was back on the boat, and I ain't left since.
I know the whole we had
didn't work.
Monday night dinner. We have about 15 to 20 family members every single Monday night, and he announced it, and we cried. And then the next day, he said, "Are y'all ready?" So
They were so happy. They thought I was quitting. I did too. I thought that day I was going to retire, but next morning I was up back on the boat.
It's a bad April Fool's joke.
Yeah, what was it that made you feel that way? You just said, hey, I'm just feel like I could retire now. I'm happy. And
I don't know. I have no idea. Retirement ain't really in my plan.
Right. Wow. Okay, Kelsey.
Yes.
With all of we heard about some finger mishaps, the barb. I mean, for you, if you're out there capturing video, I mean, it's a terrible situation and painful, but that kind of makes really good, interesting video, wouldn't it?
Oh, it does. We've even got footage of Nikki just standing and falling over practically. Just
Yeah, she happened not to be there that day.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten some crazy stuff on film. We've gotten some crazy stories, like Nikki falling down the stairs, and it's like Pops is like, "Well, so you're gonna be here 5 minutes late? Like, how much longer are you gonna be?"
Yeah.
We have stories of Nikki standing on the dock with a bag of ice just because Pops left her. She was 2 minutes too late.
Yeah.
You got to be right at like 4:30 a.m. on the dot.
You saw that. I was 30 minutes early today.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
did.
Yeah.
It's definitely Pops' way or the highway.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is
respectful.
very interesting. Everything
you.
that's going on.
Thank you.
Whenever I remember when reality TV was first introduced, I guess mainstream. I think it was like MTV, The Real World, at least the first one that I knew of. And then like all these reality shows started coming out. It's very interesting and entertaining. But then there's like these aspects where people say, "Is this real?" Like, and if you worked in reality TV before, how much of it, not necessarily Shrimp Diva, but reality TV is actually real. And it's like, hey, can you do that again? This happened. But we're gonna kind of take it up a notch.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of times too, like you'll be sitting doing interviews and you have questions for them and you're like, okay, do it again. It sounds weird. It doesn't sound right. But it's like, I just asked Nikki one question and then she just goes and she'll hit about 6 or 7 of them out of 10. And then I'll ask her the next question and she'll hit the rest. And it's like, okay, we're done.
Progress.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Real simple.
Yeah. Working in video, we were shooting a commercial at Tex at Mainland City Center yesterday, and a lot of the times it's like, okay, that was great. The line was good, but say it again this way, or, I need you to do the go-kart one more time and point at me like this. There's a lot of that. So it's just interesting when it's reality because it's like, hey, you get the one shot, the one take. I'm not going to fall down again or everything else, right?
Right. I was on the front of the bow untying the bow before we left around 5:30 one morning, and they were filming, and I was wearing combat boots on the front. I wasn't wearing my fishing boots. But anyway, it was a little slick, and I fell right on the corner of the boat. And, I'm just like, please tell me you got that. Just please.
Yes.
I almost went over, so please tell me. But
100%.
Yeah, it's all real.
Here's another comment on social media. This is from Brandy. She said she's been training her little niece on the boat, and she's following right along in Nikki's footsteps.
Yes. My niece is 10. Her name is Ruby Kuhn, Kuhn. And she's been on the boat with me about 4 or 5 times already. And that girl gets on, she grabs her net. She knows how to hold the stingrays and throw them over. She separates shrimp and fish, and she cleans the deck when she's done. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What can I do? So hard worker. And I actually call her Shrimp Diva Jr. But she's a little tomboy and loves it out there. And she's going to be on the boat this Monday with me. So Pops loves her.
How does that make y'all feel to be an inspiration to that next generation?
Oh, it feels good. Yeah.
We have people that walk down the dock every day.
Oh, yeah.
And they're children. They want to see us and they want to take pictures with us. And I try to do a what's in Nikki's bucket. If I have the opportunity, I'll save some creatures and kind of go over them with the kids. And I might not know the real name at that time. It might, just disappear from my brain. But we do our best and let the kids release the creatures back in the water. And they love it. It's just, I don't know. It's so cool. It's so cool. But.
Kelsey, with Cinelist.com, can you kind of explain, I guess, what the format of that is, how that is going to work, and how people can access and watch Shrimp Diva when it premieres?
Yeah, it's basically going to turn into like a streaming website where you can watch Shrimp Diva and some of the other shows that we have going on right now in the pipeline and in pre-production. And it's definitely full steam ahead.
Yeah, has that been, I guess, a dream for you? Like, hey, I want my own streaming service platform, and I mean, that's not easy to start. What has that process been like?
It's been so difficult. Like, it's been like all on 100% of the time, like no sleep. It definitely did not start out as the dream, you know, when I first like graduated from college and film school. It's not something, reality TV wasn't something that I wanted to go into to begin with. And then once I kind of got my first job in reality TV, it's like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
And I just kind of kept going from there. And then definitely hearing Nikki's story about on the boat and all her mishaps already. And that was when she had been working for, 3 months on the boat?
I'm going to one-up myself here soon. Yeah.
3 months on the boat. And it was like, this has to be a reality show. And I kept getting a lot of no's, too. And it's like, are you sure? And finally,
I did.
I
just said,
okay,
yeah.
One day we'll see what happens.
We're not that interesting. We really, but we are to so many people that have seen the clip, you know, the sneak peek. Like if you go to YouTube and you type in Cinelist or Shrimp Diva, the 8-minute clip will come up, and people didn't realize like everything that goes into that. You know, I love sharing our story. So
yes, I saw the extended clip, and then I also saw, I think it was Galveston Tourism or Galveston.com did a piece as well. And
amazing.
It's very, very good.
Amazing.
Yes.
And it's almost like if you don't tear up, you know, I don't even know if you're normal, because I tear up every single time I see it. It's this man right here, you know.
Yep. Yeah. What convinced you to finally say yes to do a reality series for Shrimp Diva?
You know, I don't know. Well, my husband was yelling at me from the other room, "You're crazy if you don't." And so I think that's why I said yes. But you know, when they brought it up to me and I said, "Look, we'll talk about it in about 2 weeks. I'll consider it." And Jason said, "Babe, just do this. You have to do this. Like if you don't, you're never gonna forgive yourself. It's a once in a chance lifetime. What you know what I'm talking about." Anyway, so I told Kelsey, you know, I said, "Okay, give me a week," and they said, "Well, how about in half an hour?" And I'm like, "Why? Everybody rushes. This man, them." But so we talked, and when she brought her computer and got comfortable Indian style on my couch, I was just like, I'm in trouble. So that's what happened.
What about you, Pops? Were you open from the beginning? Said, sure, why not? Come on.
Yeah, I went along with the diva. I figured she said, my neighbors want to shoot a reality show. What do you think about that? And I said, it's all right with me. Makes no difference. I've been through all that. I did a couple of commercials for Joe's Crab Shack.
Ooh, got us a professional in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops, have you watched much reality TV in the past?
Not really.
I didn't think so. You didn't take me for someone who was watching
Actually, you watch reality TV every day. What's your favorite show?
Oak Island.
That's a
Treasure
reality.
of Oak Island.
That's it. That's a reality show.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. What is that one about?
It's about looking for a treasure. They've been on for a few years. Comes on History Channel.
2 men on the History Channel.
Comes on every Tuesday night.
That's cool.
Starts at 5 o'clock, and I think the last thing is from 8 to 9.
I like Swamp People. Have y'all ever seen that one?
Yeah, I see that.
That's another reality show.
People, yeah.
Look how many reality shows you watch.
Yeah.
But they make it so entertaining. It doesn't feel like you're watching like the real world or the
like
drama.
The subtitles. Do they have subtitles at the bottom?
Oh, I don't know. I imagine the person or the software like trying to figure this out.
Yes, exactly.
What are they saying?
Exactly.
You know, like what's going on?
Yeah, fighting alligators. I look at them. I said, "Boy, I'd like to try that."
No.
Okay,
no.
I was gonna ask.
Look at me, Pops.
Season 2.
No, sir. We're not fighting alligators. I'm drawing the line.
They fight that.
The Cajun
right up my alley.
Cajun Shrimp Diva, you know, boom, and then I can see like the graphic comes in and Louisiana edition, out there catching gators.
Yeah,
just think about it.
I'm pretty quick. Hey, quick Nick.
Yeah, there you go. Quick Nick. And Pops is awfully strong, so I mean.
There's another dynamic duo right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what else is your goal for Cinelist? Like, what other kind of, is it going to be more mainly reality TV or other programming as well?
I think we're going to start with a couple more reality shows, and then we're going to move into like maybe some short films and scripted TV shows and movies and things like that.
And it's just Cinelist.com?
Cinelist.com.
Is that the best place? So if somebody wants to keep up and follow Shrimp Diva, does Cinelist have social media or just go to the website?
We do. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/Cinelist. We are on Instagram at Cinelist Media, and we are also on Facebook at Cinelist.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share about Shrimp Diva or Cinelist?
The only thing I can really say is just it's never a dull moment. Like, you definitely never know what you're going to get on the boat. You never know what you're going to get with Nikki or Pops and all the shenanigans they get up to. It's so interesting. It's so fun, and their conversations and their camaraderie. I absolutely love it. It's definitely a joy every single day to go to work and film with them too. It's never a dull moment.
Did you grow up on the water or spend a lot of time there before?
Not really.
Do you ever get seasick?
I don't, actually.
That's
I
a
get on the
blessing.
boat, and I'm holding that camera still, and the boat is just, like, literally 180. And I am just holding on for dear life, just sitting there, just rocking back and forth. I'm not holding on to the side. It's like, if I go over, like, Nikki, take the camera. Like, just keep filming.
I do want to say thanks to all my fishing guides out there. Like, they will drive by Dolphin Tour boats out of Galveston. They support us. They drive by. They yell Shrimp Diva and Pops. And, I'm like, I have to, tell him, hey, Pops, they're yelling at you. So he'll wave out the window and come out and say hi. But it's sweet. It's really nice.
Okay, so this is a comment that I'm going to read. And this is a question for you, Pop. It says, Pop, did you ever think when you started that you'd be leaving this amazing legacy behind for your family?
Nope. Didn't have a clue. Just, I don't know. It just happened, Just one thing led to another, and here I am.
It's a legacy, I would say a legacy of hard work, dedication,
Oh, yeah.
and then it's just bigger. I mean, if you had to put it in words, what would you say your legacy is?
I say that my kids grew up to be fine people because of what me and my wife were, They followed our trait. We had no problems with them or nothing. They just, out of 10 kids, they're the finest there is. Not because I'm the parent, because it's the truth. That's what they are. They're good people. No trouble with them, no stealing, no nothing.
Hardworking, dedicated, just like you.
Yeah, they help.
Yep.
They come help me every day.
Yep. Grandkids
Sure
too.
do.
So
Grandkids.
it's in the family.
Same thing. Very fortunate man.
Yes, you are.
Nikki, what would you say? You agree with all that?
I do. Everyone sees this hardworking man, and like me, when I sprained my neck, for me to complain about a body part or something hurting, I look at him and everything just disappears. I'm like, how can I sit there and complain when this man can't feel his right hand, his left leg, his back? He's just so dedicated and loyal and just wants the best for everybody. And I want that too. And he's just an excellent role model. And I want my nieces, I don't have children, but I want my nieces to see that as well and to learn from that. And all of his family's hardworking and dedicated, and they owe it to him, I don't know.
So this is another question that just came in. So someone wants to know, how do you spell Cinelist? And I was going to type, I was like,
yes, that's
how do you
my
spell
thing every time.
It is CinalYst.
That's not how I would have spelled it.
See?
CinalYst, and then it's just .com. So Cinelist.com.
Correct.
And that was from Amber Murphy said, hey, how do you spell that? So I wanted to make sure.
Thank you, Amber. That was on my mind too.
Cinelist.com.
Yes.
Is there, after going through this process, would you see yourself continuing, just filming as long as y'all are able to, or a season 2?
We have to make every day is a different day. And there are so many challenges out there that I want to make sure that, like Kelsey knows and Cinelist has stated, the integrity of the family is very important. And Pops, his family is born and raised on the island, like he said, 10 children, married to the same woman, 60 years. Keeping the integrity of the family just all intact is what's important to us, as well as Cinelist. And as long as that's maintained throughout the season, I don't think that there would be a problem or a question of if we would do the next.
Continue it on.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's absolutely our top priority
Yeah.
because it's like even going and shooting their Monday night dinners, it's like there might be even 30 people there and you're like, this is absolute chaos. But like
Every Monday.
it's like,
Every
but
Monday.
everybody gets along so well and you're like, what is this family dynamic? Is this how normal families are supposed to act? Like nobody's
Mom, how come this didn't?
like,
where was
yeah,
that?
absolutely. And I'm like, Nikki, are holidays the same way? She goes, oh no, it's just like maybe 80 more people. And it's like,
Yes.
oh, just more. It's all normal, and it's like they're all like they're laughing and talking and cutting up, and it's a lot of fun. And so it's definitely the number one priority for us is to make sure that integrity stays. And it's like the show is basically written itself, like Nikki falling down the stairs, and Pop's leaving her on the deck with a bag of ice, just like, well, you're not on my schedule. Like you're 2 minutes late, and she's like, this is what time I normally get here. What do you mean I'm 2 minutes late?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and plus getting some of Nikki's friends involved too and other members of the family. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of laughs, and you just have to start rolling and let them do their own thing.
Pops, with 10 kids, did they eat a lot of shrimp and seafood growing up?
Well, not really. They all loved them, but we got two of them, a boy and a girl, that got allergic to them. And they used to eat them, and then all of a sudden they swelled up and itching.
No.
And, yeah.
I call that high carb content.
And they still, now, Jason, Nikki's husband, he's kind of getting better. Seems like he's eating a few now, but he used to itch all night long and
Oh,
just
man.
terrible. Loved the things, And I was so busy. We didn't eat them very often, not like you would think, the way they liked them. We didn't think you'd have them every day, but even if you like something, you could get burned out on it eating it too often. So,
Yeah, especially if you're around it all the time.
yeah.
There you go.
And when I got through, I didn't feel like cleaning shrimp. And of course, my wife, she was a lovely lady, man, hard worker, just loved kids. When I met her, she was 16 and I was 18 when we got married.
Oh.
And we stayed married 56 years and had all them kids.
Precious.
It's 20 years difference in the first and the last, so
Wow.
we was pretty busy.
Oh,
Yeah.
those were the olden days.
There was no reality TV.
There you go.
No,
That's
that
exactly
was-
right. That
no.
was reality TV.
No reality TV, no.
Yeah.
And we didn't even have a TV till they were out quite a while before we ever had one because it just wasn't much money,
Right.
in the fishing. Just time you fed the kids and paid this and that, money didn't go far.
Yeah.
We didn't make a lot, but we tried. She worked 7 days and nights a week, and she loved kids, man. Couldn't wait to get home to take. At night, when the kid cry, she'd jump right up. Well, no, I didn't ever feed the kids. She always jump up. Just loved them.
Prince, she probably didn't get much sleep.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
there wasn't nothing to do but that and fish, and sometimes it's too much money to fish.
This is a church. It's a church. It's a church show, Pops. All right.
All right.
Goodness gracious.
Right now it's 9:37. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. My name is Gardy, and I have Shrimp Diva cast in studio, and we're talking and learning about everything that they have going on.
Boats back, correct? No
Yeah.
more shrimpers are out
they've
on
been
the
doing
water.
that for
So
quite a few years.
yeah. So the shrimping industry is kind of decreasing in Galveston, I would say. But anyway, we love our support that
Yeah.
we're getting every day, be it people visiting or riding by on the boats and or private messages and texts. Yeah, it's appreciated, and we love Galveston.
What's
So,
the best way somebody can support y'all on Shrimp Diva?
take it away, Cinelist?
Well, of course, there's Nikki's social medias, and I'll let her talk about that in a second. But right now, we do have a Kickstarter going for the rest of the first season, and that you can find that on Kickstarter if you just type in Shrimp Diva Season 1. But also, Nikki's social medias and using her hashtags and, tagging Cinelist and Cinelist Media and Shrimp Diva.
just watching our Facebook page, and I post videos daily. I try to when I'm on the boat, but just with two of us, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because he gives me the stink eye look, and I know I've got to put that phone down.
Put the phone down. There's a stingray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, stink eye, not stingray, but that too. But, yeah, I get the look, and I throw my phone. I'm just, they say unshatterable. I don't know if that's true, but, I throw the phone across the deck. So,
Pop, is there anything else you'd like to share at all this morning?
No, not a bit. I enjoyed this. It's really something different.
Yes. Well, thank you for making time and y'all coming out, and I'm excited to continue to see how Shrimp Diva unfolds and follow it. And make sure y'all go to Cinelist.com. If you're wondering how to spell that, it's CINALYST. CINALYST.com. You can go to the website, check out their social media, and give them a follow. So thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it very much.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.